Well, there ain't no love in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You know when it's coming for you, riding in on the wind and rain. Well, howdy folks, and welcome to Mac's Adventures Show. Today we are in Oklahoma. Over the weekend the movie Twister came out, the reboot of that 1996 classic. So we went and saw it, and we decided we'd come spend the day in Oklahoma looking for a town that was tore up by a twister. This town was really tore up by a twister back in '45, so let's do some twister wrangling and check out this town and see what we can find out about it. Now, back in '45, the Fujita scale wasn't yet introduced because it didn't come along until '71. So there's no way of knowing exactly how big the twister was that hit here as far as the Fujita scale. But from all intents and purposes and what I heard, this was an EF5 and it tore up town. Righty folks, we are in Antlers, Oklahoma. We decided to come to Oklahoma today to shoot a video. It's the movie Twister. The reboot of the movie Twister came out this weekend. Went and saw it last night. It's pretty decent. And we're in Antlers because there was a massive tornado here, so let's read about it. Now, this year has been full of tornadoes. We've had a record number of tornadoes around us. We live in the Texoma area of Texas, Oklahoma, on the border of the Red River. It's a couple hours away from where we live, but yeah, this is about the 1945, on April 12th, 1945 at 5:30 p.m. Tornado first touched down southwest of town near the Hall community at 5:45 p.m. One of those most devastating tornadoes in the history of the state struck the city of Antlers with a swath of nearly 1/2 mile wide, entering at the southwest part of the city, going through the northeast, destroying, with few exceptions, every physical object in its path. A total of 86 people eventually died. As a result of the injuries received in the storm, a total of 343 people were injured, 379 homes were destroyed, 254 buildings, more than 200 more homes and buildings were damaged, leaving 1,500 people homeless after leaving Antlers. The tornado continued northeast until it struck the One Creek area, then on the Nashabi area, and eventually near Worcester and on into Arkansas. And there's the path of the storm. I don't know, I guess this is before the Fujita scale, right? Because they don't really have what it was, but if it leveled everything, it was probably an F5 most likely.
Where they had a lot of...
So yeah, this is the old train depot, and I noticed as they're pulling in, that's the old Kelly Miller train there from back in the day. Hugo, it's about 30 minutes from here south, was the wintertime home of the Kelly Miller Circus, which was a big circus rivaling Barnum and Bailey back in the day. And I've done a video there showing you guys the cemetery where all the showmen are buried, called Showman's Rest. But yeah, man, check that out. This old train still exists. And I can't remember how long it's been since that has been taken down. The Kelly Miller has been out of business, defunct. There's basically no more circuses that I know of, at least no big ones left in America because of all the outrage and about the way the animals are treated and yada yada yada, you know. There's some good salty earth people that do that for a living, and it's kind of a shame that nowadays you can't even have a circus in the society we live in. So I noticed they've taken away the, you can still see it on the side there, but Yugo Circus City. They left the historic and the USA, but they took that part out. I wonder why. There's Mrs. Hi, Mrs. You look so sexy up there in your train. Yes, I would. All aboard. Yes, we do belong in a zoo. I did notice over here that there is a storm shelter. A lot of these towns in Oklahoma do have a community storm shelter in case a tornado outbreak comes. Where we live, there is none, which is kind of odd because we're right in the middle of Tornado Alley ourselves. So although the outside looks pretty rough, as you can see, a lot of rust and stuff falling apart, the inside still looks pretty decent. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how well it looks. We recently did a video in Sulphur, which is one of our favorite little towns to go visit. There's a great recreational area, the Chickasaw recreational area there. But I remember seeing these trucks after that tornado going through, and they can get over all the debris and all. So a lot of these Oklahoma towns will have some big high trucks where they can do that for that reason. Because you live out here, you just never know. So I'm guessing, Mrs. Max, most of these buildings were taken out, or at least partially collapsed back in '45. But some of these buildings still look to be, you know, turn of the century buildings. Like these up here look to be about 100 years old or so. So maybe it took some of them out, not all of them. Who knows? And a few of these buildings look like they need a tornado. So go ahead and help them out. I mean, for real. They look like they're one blow away from collapsing on their own. High of 70? But yeah, I'm here in the north end of town, and it's an interesting property I came across. There's a gate here. This nice stone wall that goes all the way around this property. Looks like this very well could have been one of those blown down in a tornado back in the day. Not sure, but possible. There's a big rubble pile, and the only thing left standing is that big chimney stack. Isn't that wild? Alright, let's head back through town and see what's on the other side of town here. I'm noticing as I'm driving through town here that this town is actually upkept pretty well. A lot of the businesses are open, and man, it's clean. Not a bad place at all. And the reason I bring that up is the towns I went through to get here, not so much. There were some pretty, well, let's say towns that people didn't act like they cared so much in. So, hey, thumbs up to Ant. All right, folks. Well, we found a local grocery store. Let's go grab some lunch. So Mrs. Max ended up being a really nice store. And the only thing we found in town that was open was a Mexican food restaurant. We had Mexican food last night. So, you know, a lot of people forget in your towns, you usually have a store that has this one has a deli, and it's pretty nice. So one of the things that totally blew me away, Mrs. Max, is there was a sushi area in there, and they were hand rolling sushi. There was a little Asian girl in there hand rolling all this in a little small town in Oklahoma. It kind of blew my mind. Was not expecting that, were you?
No.
It was made in-house. I mean, usually that type of deal, it's something that's shipped in and all, but she was hand making it. She's taking pictures of it. She's really proud of it. So I was like, I'm gonna get the sushi. And this was $12, and that's our lunch today. Pretty good size roll. It's pretty heavy. Well, that's a pretty awesome store for the middle of nowhere, right? Oklahoma, small town Oklahoma. Very nice store. So a lot of people forget that when you're on the road, you don't have to go to McDonald's and eat a greasy hamburger for $12. You can stop in a grocery store and get a decent meal for $12, you know, or less. Yeah, it's currently Sunday at the time of this filming, so not much open, but yeah, cool little town. I enjoyed it. Got that old bug. A lot of these places are closed because it's Sunday, but yeah. Don't forget your grocery stores. That is a friend of yours when you're traveling on the road, for sure.
Yeah, I don't like fast food.
Yeah, stay away from the fast food stuff.
If it's Slotsky's.
Yeah, it's got to be a certain kind for me. I don't eat a lot of fast food. I hate fast food.
Slotsky's.
Yeah, Slotsky's is good.
I'll do Taco Bueno.
I can't stand. Hey, I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed today's presentation here in Oklahoma. If you guys want to support and maximize the adventure, hit that thanks below, or just hit the thumbs up. That'll work too. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.